Today we're making hash browns, just like the day before yesterday and a couple days before that. Make sure you're in your pajamas. Wash your hands. The first step is picking your potatoes. I like to do a mix of potatoes, and I always want to make sure I have a red one in there just because I like the taste of that. Size-wise, like a medium potato per person. So since these are a little on the small side, I would use like 3 of these for 2 of us. Today I'm going to do it with this red potato and this, I'm not sure what this is, golden something maybe. It's also fun to put the purple potato in there too. It makes, I like to choose the shredder that's like this size right there. Selecting the oil is important because some oils are rated for higher temperature. We actually have this oil chart inside of one of our cupboard doors, and it shows you like various properties of different oils. Because if you use an oil that's not good at high temperatures, it actually breaks down into like potentially carcinogenic things if you cook it on high temperature. So normally I like to use peanut oil. I like the taste of peanut oil, but we're out of peanut oil, and going to the grocery store isn't as good of an option right now. So we've got some avocado oil, which is also rated for a high temperature. I usually do about that much and let it spread over the whole pan. I love using this pan because it's easy to like get under the edge. If you have a big edge on the pan, it's hard to get that angle. So temperature on high. I turn it down as they're cooking, but to start off with, I have it on high. And you want to wait until the pan and the oil are good and hot before you put the potatoes in. Otherwise, they're going to just sit there and soak up the oil. So I don't drain the water from the potatoes. I know like if you make latkes, of course you add onions. You also like usually like dry the potatoes. But for hash browns, I don't. I just put it in like this. So it should sizzle when you put it in the hot oil. If it doesn't, then it wasn't hot enough. Just make a couple piles. And then I squish them down pretty flat so that they get crispier and they don't have to cook as long. Because when you're cooking on high temperature, of course, like the part that's touching the pan is going to get crisp and burn quicker than the part in the middle is going to get cooked. So it's a balance. Then salt. I actually don't salt mine, I salt Silke's. And pepper. And the one other spice that I use is cumin seeds. And I'm going to do that again after I flip them. Every once in a while, I go like this to get the oil spread around a little bit more. So, it looks like they're getting brown around the edges. I'm going to just peel one up and take a peek. That's getting pretty close. We'll let it sit just another minute. So, it's my stepdad Chuck that he used to make hash browns on the weekends all the time, and I loved his hash browns, and that's pretty much how I'm doing it, is the way I learned from him. One of the things I remember he did, we had an electric stove, and it heated more, it was hotter in the middle of the pan than it was on the outside of the pan. So he would, like partway through the cooking, he would actually rotate the potatoes so that they would cook more evenly. So you might have to do that depending on your stove. Then when they're cooked enough on one side, flip them over. Oh, that looks great. Let the oil get back in there. do the spices again. And then I usually turn the temperature down at this point to like medium high, something like that, because I don't know, because you can. I remember why I like to turn the temperature down, because then I can cook eggs in it on the same pan. Silke's been hard at work in this other frying pan with her dandelions from the yard. And we're all ready to go. Guten Appetit.